Did you know that the history of Germany stretches back over 1,000 years, from the time of the Holy Roman Empire to the powerful country we know today? In this video, we're going to take you on a journey through time, exploring the transformation of Germany from its medieval roots to its modern status as a global leader. We will dive into key moments like the rise and fall of the Holy Roman Empire, the unification of Germany under Bismarck, the devastation of the World Wars, the rise of the Nazi regime, and ultimately, the reunification of the country. So let's begin this incredible journey. The beginning of the Holy Roman Empire. Picture this. It's the year 800 AD, and Charlemagne, the king of the Franks, has just been crowned emperor of the Romans. At this time, Europe was fragmented, with kingdoms and tribes scattered across the continent. The Holy Roman Empire began as a way to unite Christian Europe under the leadership of Charlemagne, who was hailed as the new Roman emperor by the Pope. But here's an interesting fact. Did you know the Holy Roman Empire, despite its name, wasn't exactly Roman? It was actually German. It was a political entity that lasted for more than a millennium, from 800 to 1806, and it covered much of modern-day Germany, Austria, Switzerland, Italy, and even parts of France. By 962, Otto I, the King of Germany, became the first emperor of the Holy Roman Empire, marking the start of the empire's strong ties to the German-speaking world. This new empire included hundreds of different territories, each ruled by local kings, dukes, and lords, all of them vassals to the emperor. But was the emperor truly in control? Not really. The Holy Roman Empire was more like a loose collection of states than a unified kingdom. The power struggles of the Holy Roman Empire. What made the Holy Roman Empire so unique? It wasn't a single country with a single ruler. Instead, it was a patchwork of smaller states and principalities, each with its own leader. Over the centuries, the emperor's power was often challenged by local rulers, bishops, and even the Pope. The relationship between the emperor and the Pope was a constant struggle, as both sought to control the religious and political life of the empire. So, what do you think? How could such an empire survive with so many internal conflicts? The constant tension between the emperor and the church would lead to many wars and rebellions. One of the most dramatic events in the empire's history came in 1517, when Martin Luther, a German monk, nailed his 95 Theses to the door of a church. Luther criticized the Catholic Church for its corruption, and this led to the Protestant Reformation, which divided the empire into Catholic and Protestant territories. This division sparked religious wars, and the Holy Roman Empire became more fragmented. The rise of Prussia and the fall of the Holy Roman Empire. Fast forward to the 18th century. By this time, the Holy Roman Empire was struggling to maintain power. The rise of Prussia, a powerful kingdom in northern Germany, started to shift the balance of power. Prussia's military strength and ambitious kings, especially Frederick the Great, made it a dominant force in Europe. In 1806, after the defeat of Austria and other German states by Napoleon Bonaparte, the Holy Roman Empire was officially dissolved. The mighty empire, which had lasted for more than 1,000 years, was no more. But that didn't mean Germany was finished. It simply meant the beginning of a new chapter in German history, the creation of modern Germany. With the fall of the Holy Roman Empire, Germany entered a new phase. The German-speaking lands were no longer united under one empire. Instead, they were divided into numerous smaller states, some of which were part of the Austrian Empire, while others were part of Prussia. But in the mid-19th century, things began to change. In 1871, after a series of wars, including the Franco-Prussian War, the German Empire was founded under the leadership of Otto von Bismarck, the Chancellor of Prussia. Bismarck's vision was to unite the various German states into a single nation-state, and after defeating France, he managed to achieve that goal. The new German Empire was established with King Wilhelm I of Prussia as the first emperor, and for the first time in centuries, the German people were united under one government. This new empire was a powerful, industrialized nation that rapidly became one of the strongest economies in Europe. But, as we'll see, this newfound unity would come at a great cost. World War I and the fall of the German Empire. By the early 20th century, Germany's ambitions for dominance in Europe led to tensions with its neighbors. In 1914, World War I broke out, and Germany, along with its allies, was drawn into the conflict. The war devastated Europe, causing millions of deaths and widespread destruction. Germany was defeated in 1918, and the Treaty of Versailles was signed, which placed harsh penalties on the country. The German monarchy was abolished, and a new democratic government called the Weimar Republic was established. However, the Weimar Republic struggled with economic instability and political extremism. Can you imagine how challenging it must have been to rebuild a country after such devastation? The rise of the Nazis and World War II. In the 1930s, the Weimar Republic faced even more challenges. Economic problems, including hyperinflation and the Great Depression, led many Germans to lose faith in democracy. This created an opportunity for Adolf Hitler and the Nazi Party to rise to power. In 1933, Hitler became Chancellor of Germany and quickly turned the country into a totalitarian state. The Nazis implemented aggressive policies that led to the outbreak of World War II in 1939. The war resulted in horrific destruction and loss of life, as well as the horrors of the Holocaust. Germany's defeat in 1945 marked the end of Nazi rule, and the country was divided into two parts: East Germany, controlled by the Soviet Union, and West Germany, backed by the United States and its allies. The Cold War had begun. The reunification of Germany. Germany remained divided for nearly 50 years, but in 1989, the Berlin Wall, which had separated East and West Germany, came down. This marked the beginning of the reunification process. In 1990, Germany was officially reunified, and the country began to rebuild itself as a democratic republic. Since then, Germany has grown into one of the world's most powerful and influential nations. It is a key member of the European Union, and its economy is the largest in Europe and the fourth largest in the world. Modern Germany in 2025, a global power. Looking to the present, Germany has become a global leader in many fields. Its economy is the largest in Europe and the fourth largest in the world. The country is a hub for technology, engineering, and manufacturing, with companies like Volkswagen, Siemens, and BMW leading the way in innovation. Germany is also at the forefront of the fight against climate change. The country has made significant investments in renewable energy, particularly wind and solar power, and aims to reduce its carbon emissions in the coming years. With a focus on sustainability, technology, and education, Germany is well positioned to continue its leadership on the world stage. What role do you think Germany will play in the global economy over the next 50 years? Looking ahead, what's next for Germany? As we look to the future, one question stands out: how will Germany continue to evolve? The country is facing challenges like climate change, the rise of global competition, and the need to balance its role within the European Union. But with its commitment to innovation, education, and sustainability, Germany is positioned to remain a leader in the global economy. How do you think Germany will continue to shape the world in the next 50 years? Will it be at the forefront of new technologies? Or will new challenges force the country to rethink its role on the world stage? If you enjoyed this journey through Germany's history, don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more. Let us know in the comments what historical topics you'd like us to explore next. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.